Today we're talking about two brand new releases from Warner Archive, and we're talking about the possible end of Warner Archive as we know it. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty must-see video for physical media fans and fans of classic cinema. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Greetings, Classic Cinema TV fans. Jason here with you once again on another Classic Cinema Plus, and today we are talking about two brand new releases from Warner Archive Collection, and we're talking about the big news of the day. Now, if you're watching this later, of course, this isn't the big news of the day, but as we are recording it now, this is the big news of the day, and we'll talk about that and how this big news is going to affect Warner Brothers and Warner Archive going forward. But first, let's talk about some fun stuff. Let's talk about the two brand new releases that just arrived at Classic Cinema Plus Studios. Okay, first off, we're going to look at the James Cagney collection. Yeah, this is, I really have been enjoying these Warner Archive releases where they package a whole bunch of Blu-rays together into one collection. These are really cool because you get all these films in the size basically of one disc, which really for physical media fans that collect tons of discs, this is a great way because you get all these in one basic size of a DVD or a Blu-ray, which is really, really cool. So I like the idea of that. These kind of an interesting collection, though, when you get down to it. On this collection, you get Angels with Dirty Faces, this one. You get Public Enemy here. You get White Heat here. And then you get Yankee Doodle Dandy. That's kind of weird. I mean, if you're going to do the gangster pictures, then do all gangster pictures, at least to me. Or if you're going to do the Yankee Doodle Dandy, then kind of throw something else in there. That way you get a half and half type thing. That's what I would have liked, but it's still pretty cool. Anyway, I don't care. I still like it. Public Enemy, the first disc, and there is Angels with Dirty Faces. There's Yankee Doodle Dandy. And then, of course, White Heat. Okay, so basically, early in his career, James Cagney did a lot of gangster pictures, a lot of things that was like film noir and stuff like that, the real gritty stuff. And then, of course, he transitioned and went into like musicals and stuff like that. And that's where we get Yankee Doodle Dandy. But these are previous released Blu-rays that have been collected together into one collection and made into this collection, which is pretty awesome. And I just dropped that, but thankfully I did not. I'm not in and out. Thankfully it didn't break. But anyway, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, at least it didn't break. See, yeah, we're okay. Things happen sometimes. Thankfully, it didn't break, though. But anyway, I'm not in and out that stuff. I mean, hey, we're all human. We all make things happen, right? But anyway, but this is kind of cool. So I like this collection here. I think that's pretty cool. The second one that we get is the Gene Kelly collection. Now, Gene Kelly, of course, was a singer and a dancer, and a pretty amazing one at that. And this is all previously released Blu-rays now collected together in one collection, which I love as well. You get For Me and My Gal. You get The Pirate, which is a really, really fun little musical. And then you get one of his, considered one of his best, An American in Paris, which has one of the best scenes, dance scenes probably in cinema history. I won't go into great detail on that, but it is really, really great. And then my favorite on this collection, of course, Singing in the Rain. I have always loved Singing in the Rain. Okay, there is like two musicals that I put on like the top of my list of my favorite, and both of them are Gene Kelly. Yeah, it's Singing in the Rain with Donald O'Connor and Debbie Reynolds. And then there is Summer Stock, which is Gene Kelly and Judy Garland. Name almost went out of my mind. Judy Garland, and then one of my favorites, Phil Silvers. Okay, so those are my two favorite musicals of all time. But I love this, how that they have released these on in a collection. So there's For Me and My Gal. Then you got The Pirate. You got American and Paris. And Singing in the Rain. Like I said, these have all been released before on individual sets, but these are now collected into these kind, which I think this is really, really cool. Like I said, this is really cool for collectors that like to have massive amounts of films, but don't have massive amounts of space. So you can get 4 films in the size of 1 disc. Normally, that is pretty awesome. I like that. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. That's just a little first look at the those films. Now we're going to transition into the big news of the day. Okay, so many of you may have known, or maybe you haven't, but anyway, Warner Brothers Discovery have decided they wanted to sell off their, break up their company and start selling off some different things to make some money. And there have been a lot of companies that have been vying for the Warner Brothers studio for their library and all kinds of stuff like that. Well, as we know now, Netflix has bought Warner Brothers Studios and HBO Max. Now, the interesting thing about this is so many people said, okay, well, that's the end of Warner Brothers releases like Blu-rays and DVDs and so on and so forth as we know it. So I was a little upset about that myself, because I'm a physical media fan like all of you as well, and so I love to collect these old films and all, and so it was like, oh my goodness, this is horrible. So I dove into this to kind of try to understand what actually is going on. And from what we understand right now things can always change, of course, but from what we understand right now is this. Netflix is not going to change the model of what we have seen so far, at least for the next year or two. So they're going to kind of stay the course, and everything's going to kind of stay the same. So what that means is, at least for 2026 and maybe 2027, as anything can change at any moment, but at this particular moment, as we know it, that Netflix is going to stay the course, and 2026 and 2027 are going to stay with physical media releases and stuff like that. And so this is my thought. After 2026, what happens? It wouldn't shock me that Warner Archive would go away. It wouldn't shock me that Netflix would take all of the newly restored films, classic films, and transfer them to their streaming service, and then just pull the whole idea of physical media completely. Because they are a physical media company. They are a streaming company, I should say. They're not physical media. That's how they make their money, is to get people to subscribe to their streaming service, and then, so what does that mean for going forward? If you subscribe to Netflix, I think you can look to see more on your bill. Because they're gonna have to pay off that what they paid Warner Brothers for the library and for the studio and all that type of stuff. So Netflix subscribers are going to see a boost in their bills, and I would say that would be coming probably pretty fast, because they're going to have to do that. Are we going to see Warner Brothers classic films moved over to Netflix soon? That's a possibility. I don't know how that's going to work out, because I'm not in that deal there. But from what I understand is, right now at this particular moment, there will be no change to the model of physical media releases. So for the time being, Warner Brothers and Warner Archive releases that are being released right now will continue to be okay, at least for a year or two. So, in conclusion, what does that mean? For me, in my opinion, is if you see something that you like that is coming out from Warner Brothers and Warner Archive, pick it up and get it, because you never know when they could change that and scratch the whole business, and then physical media goes away forever. I don't know. It's just something to keep your eyes open for, and if you do see something that you like, then jump on it and don't waste time, because you just never know. So that's the basic idea that we're seeing, is that Netflix is not going to change anything right now. So probably for the next year or two, we're okay. After that, we'll have to wait and see. So buy physical media, because let's be honest, if you buy a lot of physical media, then they will see they'll see the bottom line and realize that they can make money that way, and then they may keep it around, but you just never know. So buy physical media, support physical media, as we like to say, and so that's the news of the day. Anyway. So hopefully we won't see the end of physical media, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I thank you for joining me today as we just talk about Warner Archive and the news of Netflix purchasing Warner Brothers. Let us know your comments. Do you feel that physical media is going to go away completely? Let us know in the comments. I like to read your thoughts on this, and let us know what you like about. What's your favorite films of these collections? Let us know in the comments. Love to read your comments. Also, be sure to give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. It does help out a lot. Lets the algorithm know that you appreciate what we do. So do that if you can. Be sure to share this video with somebody, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build this channel up, so if you would subscribe, that does help out a lot. And be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus. Check out our full written reviews of all kinds of releases. Also, be sure to go to Nerdly, the international site that we're working with now, and give them a look. They got some great writers up there, and we're glad to be a part of that. So go check them out as well. All right, until we're with you next time, this is Jason reminding you that if you want to see a great film or a TV series, check out a classic, and we will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.